Hello violinists, welcome to Brown Strings. I'm Henriette and today we're playing the latest scale from the Fiddle Time Joggers book. Shall we go straight in and play it from the beginning? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. Sweet, isn't it? I love that song. Now, you may have noticed that we've got slurs, and when we play a slur, we play 2 crotchet notes together. Now, 2 crotchet notes together slurred last equally long as each minim. So the minims and the 2 crotchet notes slurred, we are going to give the whole bow. If we do that though, we get into a bit of trouble, because if I start here in the middle of the bow, down bow on the first note, here it works. Half a bow, I'm running out of bow. My bow isn't any longer. So what I need to do is use the whole bow on this first D and be very light on it. See, now it fits nicely on the bow, and I can play a whole bow here as well. So the trick is to play this single D with a long bow too. You see, but be very, very light on that D and be very straight on it as well. So your bow is perfectly straight. Be careful that this doesn't happen, because then you haven't got enough grip to play that, you see. So let's play it again and really work on that aspect. So whenever you've got a single crotchet, make sure you use the whole bow and you play a straight bow as well. 3, 4, 1. Rest. Rest. Bowing is working much better. Now let's have a look at the last line, and I want you to have a look at the first note of bar 15, and I'd like you to play that note with a 4th finger. So we're going from 14 here, 4th finger there, and as you play this 4th finger, I'd like you to get all your fingers on the string and to get your thumb upright. Your thumb should be in between your index finger and your middle finger, somewhere there, wherever you feel is up to an individual's discretion. So the only thing that's not allowed is for your thumb to be on this side of the first finger or on that side of the second finger. because then it pulls the whole hand out of context, you see. But there is some individual variation for the thumb somewhere there. Okay, but especially you need it when you place your fourth finger. So bring your thumb up from maybe there up to there. Okay, let's do bar 14 and then we'll go from there to the end. 3, 4, 1. Think about your thumb. Nice one. So in this piece something is very clear, and you've heard me say this in the past, perhaps in previous lessons, that whenever your notes go up in pitch, you play a little bit louder, and whenever they go down in pitch, you play a bit softer. And that is definitely the case here in this piece. Your highest notes are in bar 9 and bar 10, and that's where it's indicated for you to play forte, whereas the beginning and the end are both much quieter. So this time when we play it again, this time when we play the song again, I'd like you to go a little bit quieter at the beginning and the end, and really come out and let the sound blossom in the middle of this piece. How can we do that? Because we're playing already long bows, we've said. So we had 3 different ways of playing loud and softs, and I think that by now you know them off by heart. First is using more bow, but we have to use all of the bow here, so that's not really something that we can work on. The second method of playing louder or softer is either coming closer to the bridge or moving away towards the fingerboard, so your bow moves position a little bit depending on whether you play loud or quiet, and that is something that we're going to explore a little bit in this go when we play it next. And our third way of playing was, of course, pressing a little bit harder and pressing a little bit more gently on the bow, and that also is one of the things that you can practice. And I'd like you to experiment a little bit more by the position of your bow between the bridge and the fingerboard, but also with your bow pressure. So let's go from the beginning once more, and let's start a little bit quieter, and let's go really loud in bars 9 and 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. And that is a lovely thing to practice. You know, I also am a great fan of memorizing a piece, and this is a good piece to memorize as well. And the advantage is that your eyes are not glued to your music like that, but you can actually look at the contact point, and perhaps you saw me do that a couple of times when we just played it right now. Having the visual there is making it much easier to play closer to the bridge or further away from the bridge. I would definitely encourage you to learn this piece off by heart as well. Another thing that we haven't talked about much in recent weeks that I would like you to come back and think about again this week as well is your bow hold. And I just want you to double check that you still have got that ring between your middle finger and your thumb as the center of your bow hold. So you might want to check that you're still in the correct corner with your thumb, and that your middle finger is precisely opposite, and then that you've got a little gap here and a little gap there, and that your little finger is on the side edge. Now, if you want to refresh your memory on this, go back to the first video in this series where we go over the bow hold again, okay? Because at this level I want you to continually develop all of your postures, your left hand position, your bow position and so on, and the fact that your violin's nice and high up on your shoulders. So in this last playing that's coming up very shortly, I would like you to go over all these things. So I want you to think about everything together, which is unlike how we've practiced earlier in this lesson. We're now going to put it all together and we're going to check over our bow hold before we start. We're going to check over our violin position. Is it nice and high up on your shoulder? Okay, and are we going to use dynamics in this piece as well? 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. That has developed beautifully, hasn't it? Well done, very good playing. If you have enjoyed playing this video, I'm hoping you have already subscribed to this channel. Do please subscribe to the channel and hit the bell button so I can inform you every time a new video is released, and I release videos almost every day. Take a look also at our shop on my website. We have some lovely violin related items there, and the theme there is Happiness is Playing the Violin. So if you want a water bottle with Happiness is Playing the Violin, do go have a look there. We've got t-shirts, glasses, cases and that sort of thing. A nice music bag, a notebook, there you go. Take a look at those products. And who knows, it might be your birthday coming up soon. I look forward to seeing you again in the old castle. But for now, goodbye.